Hello and welcome to our tarot card of the week. But actually, I've been really drawn to using some of my oracle decks, which I haven't done for a little while. And we did some angel cards at the start of the year. And I'm back to the angels. And we're going to be using the angels of abundance because I feel that for some people, financially, things have been really quite challenging and difficult. And I thought I would just go into a deck which is all about our financial well-being, manifestation, but how we approach our finances is really, really key to how we think in terms of being half full or half empty. Is our glass half full and we're going to feel supported, or is it half empty and we don't feel supported? Interestingly enough, the card I've chosen today, which came out in this reverse position, is words of abundance. I couldn't read that upside down there. So a very interesting card, as we can see. Lots going on in the card. So I'm going to read the message out and then I'll go deeper into the card. The card that says is you have the ability to instantly manifest abundance by choosing powerful, positive words. Always describe your own and the world's economic situation in loving and optimistic terms. And that is what you attract into yourself and for others. Now, it's really difficult. We've just had the budget here in New Zealand for those of you who are viewing across the world. And I have to say, it was a no-frills budget. It was described as a no-frills budget, and not a lot of people got a lot out of it. So it's left people feeling a little bit bitter towards the government, a little bit more cautious about what they do have. But it is about how we choose to look at money. Money is energy. It is a thing that we pass around constantly from pillar to post. And I know for myself, having had some really difficult times in my life, in fact, I'm just going to share Michael and myself. We started out squatting in a council building, completely homeless, completely broke. And so that definitely is a place where you can only move up, from being homeless, squatting in a flat that we weren't supposed to be in, and just feeling quite destitute, because we were destitute. However, here we are. It's our 38th wedding anniversary this week, 38 years on. And, I look around at where we are right now, and it feels quite surreal to think that's our very extremely humble beginnings. So financially, how I think about money is really important. So this card is showing you lots of different things. We've got the doves. So the doves, that's your prayers. Those are your angels. So talk to your financial angels. So if you are looking for a special bargain or you're looking for an unexpected windfall, then put that out there to the angels to bring what you need at that point in time at a price that you can afford. So the doves, the white doves, are definitely all about your angelic prayers being answered. The white lilies are about new beginnings. So maybe it's time for you to think about how you perceive your money and how you use it. I think for myself, having been homeless a few times now in my life, and that's not a hardship story, that some of that was chosen. I have to say, first time definitely wasn't chosen, second time definitely wasn't chosen, but third time, when we came across to New Zealand, we didn't have a home to go to, so that was our choice. But I think the way that you think about money and thinking about the gratitude of how money supports you. So for me, when the mortgage payment goes out or the rent payment goes out, I just say thank you, thank you, thank you. It's that gratitude of having, one, had the finances, but what that does for us, or for me as a person, as a family, it puts shelter over our head. So thinking differently, rather than it being a stress of, do I have money for the rent, or oh my gosh, I've got the rent, and we get all sort of really, gritted down in all of that. It's about the thank you. Thank you for whatever food you can afford. I think our worst Christmas meal was beans on toast. That's what we had. That was the deal. It was actually a really lovely Christmas. And it was one that we could afford. We weren't in debt. And I have to say, Christmas time in our family isn't about debt. We're always debt free at Christmas, because I just don't believe in going into debt for Christmas. So again, it's how do you think? Do you have that capacity within yourself to be grateful and show gratitude for what money does for you? How does it support you? How does it support you? Do you give money away freely and then say to the universe, you've got to bring that back? Because that's how I do it. So if I'm putting money out, then the money has to come back in, and a little bit extra. Thank you very much. So that's how I tend to utilize my thoughts around money. I think also with the rabbits are a significant animal in terms of they are productive, they are abundant. So is there something in your life that you can be a bit more productive with that would then bring in a sense of abundance? Now, abundance doesn't necessarily need to be financial reward, but it can be a sense of accomplishment, feeling really well within yourself, feeling that you're contributing to your sense of well-being, feeling that you're opening up channels of opportunity and financial well-being. Could just be changing how you manage your housekeeping, or how you manage your wages, or can you do a little bit extra here or a little bit extra there? How can you be more abundant in creating a sense of financial well-being within yourself? This card is a really complex card, and I think it's really important for us to look at our relationship with money and how you can change maybe some of your more negative talk into a more positive talk, and how those words that you use is something that you can flip around, and then that becomes something a little bit more positive. I think with this card, this angel has got this childlike presence here. So it could be a little cherub, it could be a child, a family member, however you want to interpret that. And sometimes when we get overwhelmed with our financial situation, we can go into our inner child, especially if we have a historic background where money was never prevalent, or money was prevalent but it wasn't utilised in the right way. So there was a sense of impoverishment around us, where we didn't have access to money, or we seemed to not have access to money. So in that inner child, it's about going into yourself and reassuring your inner child that you are financially savvy, that you do have a sense of financial well-being, that you can support yourself, and that you know how to support yourself through just changing your vibration around the words that we're using with our financial well-being. I think it's a really apt card. I've had lots of clients on working with them this month, and they seem to have lots of questions around either their business financial position, their personal financial position, a family's financial position. It just seems to be that's uppermost in people's minds. And I know for New Zealand in particular, we're coming into our autumn, moving into winter months, so things tend to be a bit sluggish and a bit slower. So it's how do we get through this sluggish, slow time? So money is at the forefront of people's minds right now, regardless of where you are, regardless of where you are. And I think, your prayers can be answered, but it's how are you requesting that financial support or that financial sense of well-being. So thinking about the words that you're using and your relationship to how money supports you, being thankful and grateful for meeting your financial commitments, being thankful and grateful for saving $10 a week, which over a year can be quite a substantial amount of money, which you then treat yourself. You can make lots of little macro goals that on the micro goals, which on the macro level can have that really big impact. So lots of food for thought there. The angels are with you, but definitely call upon your financial angels for help if you're feeling particularly stressed. And then look at how you think about money and your relationship with money. And can you change that to a more productive or positive mindset, and especially the words that you're using. So hope you've enjoyed our journey with angels today. I might do a couple of angel cards. I've got a Celtic Wisdom pack, so I might do that as well. But join me next week for a tarot card, and we'll just see what the tarots have to say to us next week. If you want to learn out more about divination, card reading, you've got my psychic development course, or there's the tarot reading course. That you might enjoy to learn how to look at cards in a little bit more in-depth way. So until the next time, take care for now and be good to yourself. Namaste.